So with this exercise, I'm holding an isometric adductor contraction here. I'm trying to keep my body up the entire time. My shoulder's nice and strong and set, my core is on, and I'm driving my foot down the entire time. After I get comfortable with this position, you can start adding the leg drives where you're trying to drive your leg back and then forward. So you're here, forward, 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 forward. In this exercise, you're going to use something to put your foot on. The higher it is, the harder it's going to be. The lower it is, the easier it's going to be. You're just going to put something softer just so my foot has some support. I'm going to be working all the muscles in the inside part of my thigh, in this groin region. You're going to feel all of them really working to hold myself up. I'm trying to push my foot down in order to lift my hips up. Now, in an ideal world, I'm only using this right leg to hold the motion. Right now, I'm just using this. You can use your bottom leg and knee to give you some support. Right now, I'm like 50-50. Now I'm 60-40, 70-30, 90-10, and now I'm about 100%. So it's up to you to how much you want to use this leg. Again, I'm going to stay nice and strong through the shoulder and the core while I'm holding that position. With this exercise, I'm going to put my foot up on some sort of an elevated surface. The higher it is, the harder it's going to be. The lower it is, the easier it's going to be. I'm just going to use some padding there so my foot doesn't get irritated while I'm putting it there. The muscles doing all the action are this groin region, this inside of the thigh. I'm trying to drive my foot down into the mat over there to lift my hips up at the same time. Now I'm going to keep my shoulder strong the whole time. My core is going to be engaged. This bottom leg in ideal world is going to be off the mat, so it's just my right leg doing all the work. But again, I can put my knee down and my foot down, and I can give myself some assistance if I really wanted to. So right now I'm maybe doing about 60-40, now I'm about 70-30, now I'm about 80-20, now I'm 90-10, and now I'm going to be 100%. So you can kind of choose how much you want to ramp up in this exercise. So with this exercise, I'm using my adductor muscles, my groin region. It should be everything in the inside of the thigh. I'm going to put something soft on my knee just to give myself a little bit of padding. I'm trying to drive my knee down to lift my hips up the entire time. So my knee is driving down into the mat in order for me to get my hips up. In an ideal world, I'm only using my right leg. My left leg here is off the ground. But again, you can put that leg down and give yourself some support. So right now I'm doing maybe 80% of the work here, 20% here. You're in control of how much work you want to use on here versus here. So it's a little bit of a regression within the exercise itself. But ideally you're going to be here, shoulder nice and strong, core on, adductor engaged. With this exercise, you're going to find a nice soft surface to put just to pad your knee a little bit. So right now I'm going to use a foam pad. Really the leg that's going to lift me up, I'm going to be using the inside of my thigh. I'm going to be using this top leg. It looks like my bottom leg is on the ground, but I'm really not doing anything with it. In an ideal world, I'd be doing this with my leg off. But again, you're allowed to give yourself as much assistance as you need with this bottom leg. I'm probably doing 90% of the work right now here, 10% here, knowing that ideal is here, okay? Keeping my core engaged, keeping my shoulder nice and strong. I'm going to squeeze the inside part of my thigh and try to push my knee down to lift my hips up. So knee goes down to lift my hips up.